Thanksgiving is here. Takesgiving is here.
Boom.
Some people are showing up to Great Aunt Linda's. They're bringing casseroles. They're bringing pies. They're bringing mashed potatoes, cookies, cakes, tarts. CJ and I are showing up, but we are bringing nothing of that sort.
No,
we are bringing
takes.
piping hot basketball takes,
Woo!
not for you to consume, but
Too
for
hot.
you to think about,
Yeah,
for you to ponder. Because when it comes to two great basketball minds like us, some of these takes need to marinate. They need to marinate a little bit. So, would you like to kick off, or would you like me to do the honors?
I'll start. I'll give you my appetizer take.
Okay. I'll give you my appetizer take too, because I have two hot takes, and then I have one appetizer take.
The Pelicans and the Pacers are playing tonight, coming off our conversation we just had about Zion. The NBA should be canceling that basketball game. They should step in. There were 16 players on the injury report for that game. 16 players on the injury report for that basketball game. The league should have just given out refunds, called it a draw, or truly just erased it from the standing, erased it from the schedule. That game should not be played. 16 players on the injury report. What are we going to be watching? It's like going to you're paying NBA prices for a G League game. It's unacceptable. The league should step in.
If the game's in New Orleans, you're definitely not paying NBA prices. I've seen Pelicans tickets. They go for like $3 sometimes.
I think it's a Pacers home game. I'll confirm that. So,
okay. Either way, Indiana Pacers tickets, not exactly
Adam Silver,
MSG.
Adam Silver, do the right thing. It is a Pacers home game.
Okay. My appetizer take is that the NBA needs to force the Atlanta Hawks to trade Dyson Daniels. He's too good defensively to be on a terrible defensive team. It's extremely funny that his steal and deflection numbers are record-breaking, but all of his advanced defensive metrics are terrible because the Hawks' defense is terrible and has been terrible for years now. Dyson Daniels is such a fun defensive player. I want to see him on a good defense. Trade him to San Antonio. Trade him to Golden State. I don't care. You guys won. You won the Dyson Daniels trade. Congratulations. Now, give him to a team that actually matters, please, for the love of God. Because I'm sick of tired of seeing Dyson Daniels, 15 deflections, 9 steals, 3 blocks, and the Hawks gave up 139 points. That doesn't exactly square correctly.
I can't believe you talked about Dyson Daniels in our hot Takesgiving. That's like when you try to explain.
You talked about the Pacers and the Pelicans.
But at least those are teams. Talking about Dyson Daniels in a hot take thing is like teaching your great uncle about avocado toast. It's like there's such a barrier to entry.
There's
out of
a
the
disconnect.
Gate.
There's a real disconnect there.
All right, my hot Takesgiving take one. Moving off the appetizers, the NBA Player of the Week award should be banned forever. It should just be Player of the Month. If that, we should be doing away with Player of the Week. The NBA announced the Week 5 Players of the Week. In the East, Giannis Antetokounmpo having an MVP-like season. 32.5 points a game, nearly 11 rebounds, 7 assists. The Western Conference Player of the Week was, and I saw that headline, it had to check because I thought they were talking about somebody else. Harrison Barnes was the Western Conference Player of the Week. He averaged 22 points a game, nearly 9 rebounds, and they showed his field goal percentage, which means Harrison Barnes. So at first I was like, did Scotty Barnes even play? Are we doing away with the conferences? No, it was Harrison Barnes. No player in the West put up better stats than Harrison Barnes, who on the year is averaging 11 points per game. Really? We couldn't give it just to Jokic for just showing up. I mean, what an abomination.
Just give it to Jokic for showing up.
What an abomination that there's just no need to give out this award anymore. And it's I know the Spurs are hanging on, but this is embarrassing. Player of the Week award, do away with it. Just do Player of the Month. And if you want, get rid of that too. This is... And listen, I'm sorry, Harrison Barnes. It's not your fault. That's a good week for you. Shooting 61% from the field, that's impressive. Like, good for you, man.
How many rebounds per game did it say?
8.7.
That's crazy for him. Harrison Barnes is like the definition of low usage guy. He's getting like 3 per game. Not trying to justify it.
It's nerds like you, man. You're like, oh my God, the usage rate. Like, no, do away with it. Like, this is not growing the game. This is shrinking the game. Harrison Barnes.
All right. Now it's my first piping hot take, and this one's quite piping. The Milwaukee Bucks are going to finish as the 3rd seed in the Eastern Conference. After all of this, they're going to finish as the 3 seed.
This was almost my take.
They're 2.5 games back of the 3 seed right now. As bad as it looked, they've won 4 games in a row, 7 of their last 10, albeit mostly against garbage teams. They did beat Houston.
Teams.
They beat Houston. Houston's very good, so that's important. But
1 by 1, right?
They won by 1 on a play where Alperen Şengün was wide open.
They threw it away.
Yeah, they threw it away. Terrible pass by Fred VanVleet, who, by the way, is like cursing out refs now. Not sure if you saw what Fred VanVleet did.
I did see that. Yeah.
The East is just so goddamn bad.
Horrible.
The East is so bad. I know Orlando's staying afloat right now with Franz Wagner carrying the load, which, by the way, brilliant take from me preseason. Franz All-Star. Mwah. Looking gorgeous. But yeah, the East is just extremely mid, and mid honestly might be doing them too much justice. The Miami Heat right now sit as the 5 seed. Jimmy Butler. Oh, I'm shooting 18 free throws a game. Quick aside, I tweeted out about this. Do you know Jimmy Butler's free throw rate right now this season is higher than any of Joel Embiid's career, and significantly higher than any season of James Harden's career?
Whoa, I thought you were going to say LeBron.
No, James Harden. Harden and Joel Embiid, 2 famous free throw merchants. Jimmy Butler's free throw rate right now, lapping the field with those 2. This guy is the depth. He shoots a free throw, 1 free throw for like every 1.34 shots that he takes, which is insane. 67% free throw rate. Nuts. But back to the original take. Bucks are going to finish third in the East. East stinks.
East is garbage. Garbage. All right. NBA.com does their MVP ladder. Top 5, you know what you'd expect. Jokic, Tatum, Giannis. I'm sorry, I skipped Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis, Giannis, Shea. And it's all the guys you expect. Steph Curry, KD, LeBron, Donovan Mitchell, De'Aaron Fox. That's the top 10. I have a hot take for a guy that this guy should be top 5 in the MVP consideration right now. And honestly, I could see he should get some actual MVP chatter at this point. And I have no stats to back this up. I'm just looking at how the team is performing and how this player's playing. I think James Harden needs to be considered an MVP.
Wow.
For what the Clippers are doing. They're 11-7 in the West. This Clippers team, which has gone through all this turmoil, Paul George leaves, Kawhi doesn't want to play basketball anymore. Harden's numbers are down by his standards. He's averaging like 22, like 8 and 8. Like his numbers are down, but the squad that he has, and they're finding ways to win basketball games in a tougher conference, and he's just doing enough for me where, I look at LeBron, I'm like, I don't know. Like some of the guys on, like Jaylen Brown is on this list up top. I don't know. Like, if Harden's not playing, what's the Clippers record?
1 and 1 more.
I'm just impressed with the Clippers, and I know we do this every year, and they'll let me down eventually. But Harden is being kind of just overlooked in general, and I really think he should at least be garnering some MVP buzz. He's not my full-on MVP at this point, but I would put Harden top 5 in MVP right now because I just think with the valuable player and how bad this team is. I know everybody's going to clown me for this take, and I'm like, the advanced analytics and all this shit, but also his age, the mileage, the usage of who he is as a player, the fact that he's still doing it. I don't know. The last few years he's had too, I just think it's impressive. I think some of it goes even beyond just the stat sheet. So, yeah, I'm very impressed with Harden. I'm very impressed with the Clippers.
I don't think that's insane. I wouldn't have him in the MVP conversation, but he's second team, third team All NBA caliber player right now. He could be in the top 10, top 15.
It's piping hot.
Yeah, that is really hot. You're going to really enjoy this take because my most piping hot take, the Boston Celtics are better than they were last year. They romped to an NBA title last year. I think this team's better. I think they're better. I think Jason Tatum is playing at a higher level. Jaylen Brown started off pretty poorly, but he's starting to come into form as of late. And the real reason why is punchline of this show. Peyton Pritchard is awesome. Peyton Pritchard is fantastic. He's shooting 41% from three on almost 9 attempts per game. It's like you're getting like Buddy Hield level shooting from Peyton Pritchard with pretty good bench creation and like a feisty defensive guard. Peyton Pritchard's been unreal. He's been better than every player outside of their core six last season. What he's been this year, far better than what you got out of Hauser last year, what you got out of Tillman last year. That's kind of been counterbalanced by Sam Hauser not shooting the ball particularly well. And up until, as I just mentioned, last few weeks, Brown not playing great. I'm expecting Kristaps to be healthy. I'm expecting Al Horford to now get a little bit more rest, come into the playoffs more rejuvenated. Jason Tatum is playing at not a top 10 player pace. He's playing at unquestionably top 5 in MVP right now. I think they're better. The competition's going to be harder because last year, even you would admit, not the hardest road, but this team is better.
I think so. And I just, again, I think the areas that they've gotten worse in where they'll need Kristaps, like I said, I do believe in that. But I think as a whole, they've improved for sure. Tatum is my MVP at this point. Peyton Pritchard, I think, is leading the odds for sixth man at this point. And I think the one guy who they kind of still have to get going is Drew Holiday. Derek White's been fantastic. Yeah, I think this team, they're unlocking some things. And I think Pritchard kind of emerging as he has, not in the script. You know, like if you're an opposing coach game planning, you thought Pritchard was like the half court guy. No, Pritchard's been like cooking teams. Like he's had some unbelievable games. So I think I like that take.
Maybe it's a little bit more lukewarm than hot. Damn.
Well, you're talking to a diehard Celtics fan. Like
That's fair. That's fair.
You're preaching to the choir, doggy. But so my appetizer take again, Pelicans Pacers should have just canceled the game outright, refunded the tickets. And then my course one take, courses, food. NBA Player of the Week award, ban it. Get rid of it forever. It's over because Harrison Barnes just won it. And my main course, I think James Harden should be in the MVP conversation. Just broke my chair. Should be in the MVP conversation.
My appetizer course, Dyson Daniels needs to force a trade. My first course, hot take. The Milwaukee Bucks are going to finish as the 3 seed in the East. And my main dish, hot take. The Celtics are better than last year.